All right, what's going on, everybody? D-Style Boxing, aka Dragon Style. I'm on live. I'm being joined by Doc, by Haplotype, and by Blood Boxing. All right, we're live here. If you're listening on archive, make sure you throw a jab, hit the like button, and we're, at some point in the show, we're going to be doing a live quiz. Blood will be asking 4 questions with a final question in which the winner gets a free magazine. All right, so everybody be ready for that. All right, and it's that Latin Connection. That's a June. What year was that again, Blood?
1976 is the year, man. The Latin Connection, okay? I have the magazine right here. It's in mint condition. Now, if y'all don't show up, then I don't know what to say. So y'all need to come up on here in the house. A-Rod 83, Rod, stay up in there, man, so you get that magazine, man. I'm mailing it out.
I kind of want that one, Blood. That's my birth year. Year of the Dragon style.
Well, I mean,
you want this magazine here, Haplotype?
What's that?
Hey, you can't get it because you're in the panel, bro.
Come on.
Nobody in the panel is allowed to get the magazine. And plus, you guys are historians anyway.
Last time. Sixto Escobar.
You saw the replay now. You know you saw the replay.
It was like 1 second. I don't know.
Haplo threw that. He threw that challenge flag. He wanted the replay.
Absolutely. But yeah, no. You guys can't just ask for the magazine. You got to win the magazine. You know what I mean? Right. You got to win the magazine, and you got to be in the chat. We got 88 Sports Talk, Wheelchair Man, John G. Funky 84. Looks like he made it. A-Rod on here as well. And as Blood said, stay on here, man, because we're going to definitely give away a free magazine, bro, courtesy of Blood Boxing. Mint condition, bro. Classic magazine. And whatever you do with it, I mean, I would hope you would take care of it, but hey, it'll be all yours. Blood even takes care of the shipping, bro. He'll ship it out to you. All right. And just so it's clear, Blood, they got a week to claim it?
They got a week to claim it, and everybody has got their magazine. I've been doing these for over a month now. You haven't heard nobody complain. Everybody's got their magazine. Mando Jr., Tevin Smith, all of those guys come back and try to win another magazine.
That's right. All right. So stay on here, guys. Stay posted. All right. And I want to go with you really quick, Haplotype. Tell us how you ran into, Boxing Talk here on YouTube.
Oh, that's easy, man. I remember when MySpace was the thing, right? That was like the place to be. That was like the Instagram of those days. Everybody had a MySpace, and then all of a sudden this thing called Photo Bucket came out where you could put photos on your MySpace. And then after that, YouTube came out, and it was like, oh, you could put videos on your MySpace. So I signed up for YouTube. Boom. And I was putting, videos and stuff on my MySpace page and stuff. And then I realized that YouTube was like this whole other thing that, obviously I'm no longer on MySpace, but, and then, at first I was on YouTube and I was just fooling around. I made a page. I called it Haplotype 0. I was reading books on genetics at the time. And so I named myself that, and I made my page, and I've had the exact same page, never made another page ever since. And it just occurred to me one day, because I'm a boxing fan, to just look up boxing on YouTube. So I started noticing things like sweet fights where they, had fights that I hadn't seen in years or maybe never even saw, that I got to see, which was awesome. And then I noticed this show called Boxing4Real. Boxing4Real was a couple guys, like, everybody compares them to Beavis and Butthead, which they were very much like. two Southern guys, it seemed like to me, but just like sitting in their living room on the couch, talking about boxing, and they were like major Zab Judah tards, if that was a thing, which I guess it really isn't, but it was for them. And then through watching some of their videos, then came this guy Sean Imo, which I guess, I don't know, he might have come out first. I saw a couple of his videos. He wasn't all that great. I kind of preferred their show. They had kind of like a little bit of a show format to their thing. They would come on, they had like graphics, they had, a format, and then at the end they had credits and everything. So it felt more like a show where Shawnee Imo was just sort of babbling and didn't really know that much about boxing. And so those were the first two boxing channels that I became aware of. I'm not really sure which one came out first, but I definitely saw Boxing4Real first. Then a little bit later, there was this show called GYGB, Guard Your Grill Boxing. And that became like the hot thing, because all of a sudden, it wasn't just two dweebs on a couch. It was like some guys that it kind of seemed like would be cool to hang out with. And I know Blood has actually hung out with some of those guys in person. So, I started getting involved in their channel, and it just became like the massive chaos. Like certain channels that you go on, they have so many comments. They have so many people on there that like your stuff kind of gets lost in the shuffle. And then, it's almost like you're not even there unless someone's trying to argue with you. And so that's sort of how GYGB's comment section got after a while. It was like a competition to see who could get the first comment. And then, there was this guy, Dirk Diggler, and there was this other guy, I forget his name, but they would constantly be arguing in the comment section, and everybody was focused on that. So it wasn't like a place where you could really interact. And I noticed one day on the side of it, there was a recommended video, and it was Blood Boxing. And it was just him by himself. And he seemed like a cool guy, like the kind of guy that you would want to talk to. And I clicked on it, watched the video, and I left a comment, and he got right back to me. And it was like, cool. Like, this guy is actually interacting with people. And the way he would talk about boxing was different than anything I had ever seen before that. And, basically laid down the paradigm for everybody else who came after. So, that's sort of how I got into the whole YouTube thing. There was no such thing as the YTBC back then. It was just a few people talking about boxing on YouTube. And then that YTBC term came out probably 3 or 4 years later. But I always enjoyed. Blood emailed me, like I was like, damn, like we became, friends as far as, being online and all that kind of stuff. So we've been friends ever since. And, that's just that. Like, and then, other channels came after, sort of using his template as a format. And, I got into, various other people, but that was the impetus, I would say.
Gotcha. Okay. And Mr. Doc, tell us your story. How did you run into Boxing Talk on YouTube?
Probably about 2014. About that time I moved out here to the city. A lot of crap in my personal life. A few years before that, the last band I was in ended badly, whatever. So I was taking my sweet time getting unpacked, but I had my computer, my internet, and kind of similar to Hapla. I just, hey, I'll start catching up on old fights I hadn't seen. And I ran across EJ Boxing Live eventually. Like at first it was like I seen like the YouTube channels, and I was like, oh, the comment section, a chance to talk to other boxing fans, which, good luck finding one of those, you know what I mean, without going out on a snipe hunt, right? So it's like, oh, cool. And then the next evolution of that was I seen EJ Boxing Live, and he had the live panels, which would have the live comment section. So it was like, you know what I mean, the comment section, but hey, live and interactive. I'm getting to talk back and forth with people now. And then it just kind of, naturally went from there. Next thing I know, I'm talking to you guys.
Oh, there you go.
One thing kind of just leads to the next, I find.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm glad you guys are here, of course. Boxing4Real is definitely the first YouTube channel I saw. Unless someone can show me proof of a video where people are talking boxing and the dates on it, and it's before any Boxing for Real video, until I'm provided with that proof, they're the first ones to do it. All right. And that's why it's called Boxing for Real. All right. I'm going to wait for a little more before we do the questions here. Shout out to Ashy Knuckles, the Perfection Black and Brown Boxing, Bruce Goes. All right. We got Lamac Ban on here and all that good stuff. Blood's in the chat. Joe Lopez 40 ounce. Stay right here, and your opportunity to win a free ring magazine, the Latin Connection. No one in the panel can win it, of course. No one in the panel is allowed to shout out the answer. All right. Or nothing like that. I know Haplotype wants his hands on that magazine. He can't get it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But if you guys win it, you could sell it to Haplotype. Are you okay with that, Haplo? Will you buy it from them?
Yeah. We could talk about it.
There you go. All right. And once again, if you win, you have to claim it. And there is a replay, right, Blood? We always go back and review the tape once it's posted.
That's right.
Right. So
you guys are going to have to go back on the replay, man, and we'll see if two people answered around the same time. D-Style, you just tell me who shows up on your screen first. We'll go with that for now. But you know what? I could send 2 magazines. I have plenty of them. So it doesn't matter. So if it's some controversy, we'll make 2 people happy. Okay? I have 2 of the same magazine. We can send both of you a copy.
Yeah.
If that's what it has to be.
Absolutely. Well, there you go. I mean, that'll be Blood's call, of course. So you guys make sure you're ready for that. We don't get a lot of good news, Blood, in the sport of boxing. But yesterday, apparently, Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko came to an agreement, and it looks like they're going to fight in October. What are your thoughts on that, Blood?
Man, it's a great fight, man. You have a fighter who's Olympic legend, amateur legend. He came right into the gate. He was given the opportunity to fight for a belt right out the gate because of his amateur background. He's proven he's had the skills. He did that against Gary Russell Jr. He was able to beat a top-notch fighter like that. But I think over the past few years, I think that Lomachenko is on the downslide. Not only that, he's a bleeder in the ring. He is very talented. He is a bleeder, though. He doesn't have a whole lot of power to keep a young, hungry wolf like Teofimo Lopez off of him, in my opinion. But, I've heard several opinions across the board. There's some people who believe that Teofimo Lopez is not ready for Lomachenko at this time, and that Lomachenko is going to school him, and that Teofimo Lopez is overrated, overhyped. He hasn't beat anybody on Lomachenko's level. But Lomachenko's had, less than 20 fights himself, okay? In this environment, it's hard to tell who's who. He has 2 of the belts, or 2 or 3 of the belts, right? Is it 2? 2 belts?
2, yeah.
He has 2 of the belts. That's just the thing. I don't even feel bad about not knowing who's who, okay? But I know that he's a unified champion, and then Teofimo Lopez has another one of the belts. So whoever wins this fight continues their path as a unified champion, which is a rare thing in this day and age. Will they continue to meet the demands of the sanctioning bodies? That's what the question is. The politics, they always come into play when it comes to unification, undisputed. I believe that Lomachenko is going to give Teofimo Lopez a few problems in the first few rounds. But as the rounds wear on, I do believe that he's going to cut somewhere. And I just see an uphill battle for him after round 5 or 6. And with him being the older fighter, it's going to be more of a downhill, I guess, more of a downhill battle. He's not going to be able to handle the pressure that this kid is going to bring to him. And this kid, man, I've seen him fight, even though I don't really highly rate any of the guys he beat, really. I've seen him fight, and it's obvious he's talented. He's got a lot of power, pretty quick reflexes, a good fighter, man, a good skill fighter. He's still a little bit inexperienced, and I'd like to see him mix it up with some of the other young lightweights after he's done defeating Lomachenko. And, hey, We could make bets, man. There's PayPal and all of that shit out there, man. I'm willing to make some money on this fight. So if anybody wants to make a bet, we could do a PayPal bet, no problem.
Well,
I got
okay.
Teofimo Lopez.
Well, I got Lopez too, but it's the same for me. You know what I mean? And there it is. First of all, I mean, BoxRec has a BoxRec champion. That's whatever to me. But Devin Haney's the WBC champion. IBO, I don't care about, so I don't even care if it's vacant.
Oh, so they gave Devin Haney back his belt then, huh?
Yeah.
I thought they took the belt from Devin Haney. See?
Nah, they never took the belt from Haney, bro. Like that was a bunch of clickbait art, like people out there, you know, like they took his belt. Like,
okay. I don't know, man. I can't keep up with it, so I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah, you need like a degree nowadays to keep up with his belt. So you got Lomachenko, WBO and WBA, and then IBF. You know, so there you go, man. The winner of this fight's gonna have 3 belts, assuming they could keep them, and then you know, then the winner has to fight. In my opinion, has to fight Devin Haney to be undisputed. The WBC swears, blood, that franchise belt means you're undisputed. You know what I mean? But what do you make of that? Does he have to be Devin Haney to be undisputed?
The franchise belt, it should always go off of the franchise belt is not an original line, okay? That's a new line. So you can't have a franchise belt and go into an undisputed fight, in my opinion. I mean, they've stripped the original lines, man. The original line is the original line. Whatever line that all the WBC champions, the legends, held at lightweight, like Pernell Whitaker and them. That's the line that has to be, you know, in the equation. That's the line that has to be in the equation for undisputed, in my opinion. Okay. Yes. I was one of the first ones to make light of this when they started crediting Golovkin some years ago for having 10 defenses when he had a regular title. So, you know, you could look at it either way, but the fact that they have so many different belts, it just draws a whole bunch of confusion, whether you want to consider it or not. Okay, the original line, in my opinion, is the one that all the fighters and the champions had before these guys. Okay, you can't just go out there and create some new belt and say, hey, you could be undisputed now that we created the franchise belt. No, man, you have to have that original line, in my opinion. The whole undisputed thing, we could go on and on about this for days and days, okay? Because like I said, when they created all these tiers, that fucked up undisputed anyways.
I agree. Haplotype, how do you feel about this fight being made, you know, and, you know, do you consider Lomachenko undisputed if he wins this fight with that franchise WBC belt?
I'll answer the last part first and say no. Definitely not. To be undisputed, you need 4 belts right now. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And, you know, until something changes or one of these sanctioning bodies voluntarily goes out of business, which won't ever happen, you're never going to have an undisputed champion unless you get all 4. So they can try to make a franchise or make something that's like undisputed, you know, and make that the new. Sorry, can you hear me?
Did you get punched? Did Lomachenko just hit you with a jab or something, or whatever?
I just got hit with the light jab from Lomachenko.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Anyway, Teofimo versus Lomachenko. Can you still hear me?
Right.
Can you?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I'm happy that the fight got made. I think it's a really good fight. I think it's interesting that a guy who has so much accomplishment as an amateur and not so much as a pro is, you know, so touted when they both have the same amount of pro fights. You realize both guys have 15 pro fights. One guy is 15-0. The other guy is 14-1. Okay. You should know who's who. I think Lomachenko was an amazing talent, like a tremendous talent, like an unbelievable talent. But I think it was a squandered talent, because if a guy comes into the pros at the age that he came in, after staying amateur for so long. I know he did the World Series of Boxing or whatever that thing was that was like semi-pro, but that wasn't even that much either. What was that, like 8 or 9 fights, 10 fights?
So something like that. I'll have something to say about that, but go ahead.
Yeah. So, count those if you want, but still, the guy didn't produce what he should have produced. He's a lightweight champion. Everybody knows I talk about Benny Leonard a lot. The guy had, hundreds of fights. So, for a guy to come in that late and do this little, I think his legacy is in question. And I think he has some vulnerabilities. I think he is extremely talented, but I think there are 3 main vulnerabilities that he has. Number 1, he has no power. Not no power, but not enough power. He's not like a knockout artist or anything. And he has a hard time getting guys out of there. Most of the time, it's guys quitting because they're just frustrated, like Nicholas Walters. Okay, so power, number 1. Number 2, he's aging. And I think he, as Blood already noted, he's on the downslope of the hill, not at the top, not going up, but coming down the other side now. And then 3, seems to have a susceptibility to getting knocked down. Not necessarily hurt, but knocked down. And that's a big thing because you lose points, right? Every time you get knocked down, you lose a point. Now you got Teofimo Lopez, this young kid. He's coming up. Yeah, he only has 15 fights, but the other guy only has 15 fights. So, he's got the power. He's got the youth. He's got every ingredient that you would want in order to beat Lomachenko. And normally I would pick Lomachenko against almost anybody, but in this case, I'm going with Lopez because I think he has the formula, and I'm just hoping he doesn't let me down.
Man, before I go to you, Doc, let me say this about the World Series of Boxing. I know a lot of people say that those were professional fights, and I guess kind of but just because they don't have headgear doesn't automatically make it a professional fight.
Well,
hold up.
The Olympics canceled headgear.
I got you, Haplo, but hold on. I'll go to you when I go to you, but hold on. As far as the headgear goes, okay, headgear, no headgear has nothing to do with it being amateur or not. Okay, that has nothing to do with that. So. But what I will say is that he was facing some high-level amateurs and professional style fights, but they were not professional fights. All right, and when he first turned pro, he beat a dude ranked like top 50. I forget the name of the guy, and he looked pretty decent. And I thought, man, it's way too early to put him in there with freaking Salido. I was one of the people saying it's way too early. Oh no, Batista, he's a 2-time gold medalist and he's ready and he's this and he's that. I said, I don't give a shit because I don't care about the World Series of Boxing fights. I seen them. There weren't really professional fights. And I think Salido, yes, he didn't make the weight, right? And he did make it a little dirty in there, but because of that reason, I just felt that Lomachenko was not going to be ready at that time. And so I just wanted to kind of preface that. I wanted to make sure I said that about, like, I'm not impressed with the fact that he had World Series of Boxing fights before he turned pro. But that's me, right? Also, yes, Haplo, they both have 15 fights, bro. But come on, Lomachenko's opponents are way better, bro. The quality of the opposition is not even close. And I'm picking Lopez to win the fight. But let's not just say, well, he's got 15 fights and he's got 15 fights. Look, Chavez Jr., I think, has more fights than Sugar Ray Leonard. It doesn't make the fights equal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just something I wanted to say.
I'm not saying they're equal. I'm just saying that people lose sight of that fact. It's almost like Lomachenko is, in people's imagination, is this, like, very experienced pro fighter, and he's only got 15 fights. Of course, his opponents were far superior to Lopez, but my point was that, he's really not that experienced as a pro.
Yeah. And yes, retro boxing documentary, which he's on here. Yes, the only southpaw he had faced Lopez was Diego Magdaleno. I had him on yesterday. Strangely enough, Magdaleno actually thinks that Lomachenko is going to win. Mr. Doc, how do you see this fight, man? First of all, what do you think about the fight getting made? And how do you think the fight's going to play out?
I'm relieved the fight is gonna come through, because that was the last thing boxing needed, was for that thing to fall apart. In my opinion, anyways. I'm leaning towards Lomachenko, and that's, you know, I you know me, I like being the man on the island, and if I'm wrong, I won't be hard to find. You know that, right?
Right.
So here's the thing, and I'm not going to pretend like
don't be on the fence on me now, Doctor. Don't be on the fence now.
I'm not. I'm picking Lomachenko. I picked Lomachenko. Right? Everybody's heard it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, okay.
I will be here the day after the fight if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Or if I'm right. Either way. All right? I'm not hard. Have I ever been hard to find when I take it out?
No.
All right. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I knew this guy. I had to look this guy's name up. You know, the old saying, knockouts cause amnesia. The knockout of Comey by Lopez caused amnesia for me. I had to be reminded of this. All right? The fight right before that against Nakatani. So that's where I'm like, okay, which Lopez is the more real Lopez? Right? Mm-hmm. Did he you know what I mean? Was he just having an off night against Nakatani? And that's what this fight's going to tell us, in my opinion, right? Did he just have a really exceptional, you know, once in a lifetime performance against Comey? Somewhere in the middle. I can't get after being reminded of, I can't get the Nakatani performance out of my mind. If he's struggling that much with that level of a boxer, I can't. I could see him winning, right? I could see him not, especially primarily. I think his biggest chance is stopping Lomachenko, but I'm gonna go with Lomachenko. I agree with a lot of your points. I agree he's because of the kind of fighter he is. I think, like Haplo alluded to this on Dan's Hangout the other day, he's an athletic fighter like a Roy Jones, right? And that those things fade faster than fundamentals, right? So, you know, but I'm leaning towards Lomachenko. I think Lopez. I think the flaws I saw in the Nakatani fight are out. For right now, they kind of outweigh. And I was very impressed by the Comey knockout. Don't get me wrong, right? But you know,
okay. I mean,
that's how I see it.
That's how Doc feels. You know what I mean? Like the Doc feels like Loma's gonna win. He's wrong, but that's okay. You know what I mean? Like,
not hard to find.
First, I felt like Lopez clearly won that fight. It was a tough fight, but I felt he clearly won. And that's a tall dude, bro. Nakatani is the tallest Japanese dude I've seen in boxing in a long time. You know, like it's. I'm just saying, the dude's like.
I'm not saying like the decision was in question. Although I did see a lot of people, you know, questioning, you know, whether or not Nakatani had an argument for a draw or whatever. That's whatever. I'm just talking about. To me, he should not have been having that kind of difficulty with that caliber of a fighter, because that guy's. I know he was undefeated, but he's never fought outside of Japan. Again, I ain't going to pretend like I didn't look this up on Boxer. Yes, I did. All right. Never fought outside of Japan. Never. And the guys he fought in Japan, they were nobodies.
Okay. I got you. I hear you.
So that's where I'm at with it.
Are you going to put a wager against Blood, put out a challenge, bro? Who wants to bet me? Well, are you going to bet Blood? Are you going to put some moolah? Or you want to bet me, Mr. Doc? What's up? How confident are you?
You guys want my money now, too.
That's right.
What's up?
If I only place bets, man, with like fucking bookies and stuff. I wouldn't do that.
For cookies, you said? For cookies? Hey, man, you better send me a pack of soft packs.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like I said, I make myself easy to find when I take L's, and I take them right on the chin. I will be here. You guys can pile on all you want. right? I'll be ready. I'll be ready.
Man, all
Hey,
right.
man, let me ask you guys something about this fight before you change subjects. How does this kid Lopez rehydrate? Is he a bigger guy on fight night? Because Loma is a small guy. How big is this kid on fight night? I didn't look the numbers up. That's something I would have did 10 years ago, though.
He's a big dude, bro. Like he's ready to move up soon, you know. And I saw an interview with his dad, who's actually subscribed to my channel. Shout out to Lopez Senior out there. Okay, but you know, he's confident his son's gonna. I don't know what this time. He's saying that that Loma's not gonna go more than 4 rounds. I don't know about that, but you know, they have talked about Theo moving up at some point. You know, and Theo stays in the gym, man. If you follow him on Instagram or Twitter, he's in the gym like constantly. You know what I mean? And he's still, you know, is struggling to make weight a little bit. He's eventually going to move up.
So how much pounds do you think he has on Loma fight night when they're in the ring? 10 pounds?
It'll be at least 10 pounds. Yeah, which for lightweights is a lot. You know what I mean?
Man,
like that's
going to make a big difference, man. See, that's the difference with these fights of today and fights after the year of what, 81 or 82?
Yeah.
You know, absolutely. After that, you know, the fights, it changed up, you know. Everything changed up.
And I just want to give a quick reminder to you guys. Stay here. I see a lot of you guys just put the thumbs up, then you come back later. This is not the one to watch on archives. So when you want to be live for school, win a free magazine, okay? So I just want to let you guys know, but go ahead.
I was going to say, feeding off what you two were just talking about.
Okay.
Is there a chance, though? Is there a chance on the flip side of that, Lopez is struggling with the weight? And that plays into the fight somehow. I mean, with the pandemic, the lockdown, and all that. I mean, don't know. I would hope not. I would hope not. But
like we did have a chance to find out in the Comey fight because it ended so early. You know what I mean? So we don't know. You know what I mean? But the good thing is, I don't think it's going 12, bro. I think Loma's going to sleep. You know what I mean? And Teofimo's going to be like, "I'll see you at 140."
You say his dad is subscribed to your show, man?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Mr. Lopez Sr., if you hear this, man, tell your son to stop talking about dick sucking lips, man. That shit ain't cool. Tell him to cut it out, all right? If you hear this, I'm telling you, man, these new generation kids, man, they got to break them habits, man, all right? Tell them to stop talking like that, bro. That's all I got to say.
That's
it's not coming from deep house, coming from retro boxing.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Oh man, I'm looking forward to this fight. Let me tell you, and yeah, you know, I can't wait for it, man. All right, shout out to BFTV, Best Fight the Best. You guys share this on the social media platform. Stay right here. We're about to give away a free magazine. All right, hey, Blood, you want to start doing the questions?
Oh yeah, I could do that. I mean, do you think we got enough up in here? Yeah, we got 25 people up in the house, and like I said, there's going to be a magazine here on the line. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to get to this, okay? Let's see who we got up in here. We got BFTB. Oh, I got to get myself involved with the crowd here, D-Style. You don't mind, right?
Sure, go
Just
ahead,
for a second here while I do it, okay? Yeah, what's up, BFTB, Gaines PP? We got quite a few people up in here. Okay, let's go with the first question, okay? Now, whoever answers the question first gets the question right, okay? It goes by a time thing. All right, I want the full name on this one here, okay? Who was the first fighter? And all of these questions have to do with Latin greats, okay? Who was the first fighter? Actually, no. Let's go with this question. Who was the fighter that the legendary Carlos Monzon defeated for the undisputed middleweight championship? The fighter that the legendary Carlos Monzon defeated for the undisputed middleweight championship.
All right. No one's answered yet on my end.
Looks like I got one on them.
Man, they're going quick, bro. Like right now, they're talking to Alexa and all that shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Did you guys hear the question? Who did Carlos Monzon defeat for the undisputed middleweight title? Come on, he's a legendary middleweight.
It's Google time.
You can't answer, Haplotype.
I I'm not. I'm saying it's Google time.
So there you go. Dan the man got it. Dan the man got it, and BFTB got close. Nino Benevuti. That's right.
Well, there you go.
He defeated Nino Benvenuti. Let me make sure I say it right. It's Benvenuti. Nino Benvenuti, okay? He defeated him in November of 1970, 12th round TKO. He would stop Benvenuti even faster in the return bout the following year, stopping Benvenuti in 3 rounds. Now, Benvenuti would fight the legendary Emil Griffith 3 times, who BFTB mentioned, okay? And he would also get a chance to fight Carlos Monzon. But Benvenuti, the Italian champion, who was also undisputed at super welter, okay? So a very complete fighter, very good fighter, man, okay? Now we're going to go into, anybody got anything to say about Nino Benvenuti before we move on here?
Oh, I did want to say, man, make sure for the final question, you guys want to spell it right. You know what I mean?
Yes, you guys spell it right. It wasn't spelled right. It wasn't spelled right. Kind of threw me off a little bit, but it's okay.
And
Dan the man knows what he's talking about. Okay, now let's get into the second question, okay? Name the only 3 fighters to ever defeat the legendary Tito Trinidad. There's only 3 fighters who defeated Tito Trinidad. Who are they?
Yeah,
not one of them. I want all 3. Just the last names is fine. The last name.
Yeah, who are the 3 guys
fighters
that beat Tito Trinidad?
Tito Trinidad. Who are the 3 fighters? You spell the last names is good enough.
Yeah.
I see 2. Oh, there we go. Mando Jr. There's one of my champions right there. Mando Jr., who's a champion. Okay, so of course, one of my champions had to show up and show y'all how it's done. Mando Jr., who says Hopkins, Wright, and Jones. Okay. Dan the man got it after Mando Jr. Man, thanks a lot for coming, Mando Jr. I see you up in here. That's one of my champs. On my page, he bears a wrench, one of the only guys. Okay. Now, we got one more question before we get to the final question, okay? I'm trying to think which one I should make. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's go with this one. Name the 5 fighters, okay, that defeated the legendary Julio Cesar Chavez. Only 5 people. Last name is good enough. Okay. Ooh. If we have some Mexicans in here, maybe you know. I didn't know the last one. I couldn't remember that, but I did remember all the rest of them, though. The 5 fighters defeat Julio Cesar Chavez. Okay. The legendary Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. Okay. Who are the 5 fighters to defeat Julio Cesar Chavez Sr.? Last names. There's 5 of them, okay? Last names.
There's a delay on this side.
This one is actually harder, I think, than the final, actually.
Yeah, it is because of the last 2 losses, yeah.
Because the last name, the last 2, yeah. That's one of them. That's one of them.
Yeah, that's one for sure.
Another guy beat him 2 times. He had 6 losses, but one of those guys beat him 2 times, okay? So he only lost to 5 guys.
Yeah, the Sweet Pea should have been a loss, but
I didn't think you guys would struggle like this. We got Miss Boxing in the house.
Well, then the man put some names out there, but not all of them.
Hold on now. Now, Dan the man named 3 of them. Randall.
There we go.
Here we go. Ryan Sawyer got it. Randall, De La Hoya, Zoo, Wise, and Wiley. Okay?
Yeah.
So Ryan Sawyer did get it right. Ryan Sawyer. And I know what threw y'all off, man. All right? The Wise and the Wiley threw y'all off. I knew it would, too. But you know what?
Yeah.
How many of us remember?
I never could have got that. I
knew I totally can understand why. I mean, but some of the legends, most of the legends, we will remember who they lost their last fight to. Some people may forget Sugar Ray Leonard lost his last fight to Hector Camacho, which I asked that on my show, okay, about Sugar Ray Leonard. A lot of people forgot about the Camacho fight, okay, because they didn't want to count that. But, you know, that counts as part of the record. Now, this next question, okay? This is it. Drum roll, okay? This is the final question. All right. This question will win you the magazine in mint condition. The Latin Connection, the Ring Magazine, 1976. Okay. Who?
So,
go ahead, G-Style.
I was going to say, as far as the question, just make sure you guys got to get the spelling right. Okay. Make sure you get the spelling right.
The spelling right. I want the first and the last name, and you got to get the spelling right on this one. Okay. You got to get the spelling right to get this magazine. It's a magazine. It's an old magazine from 76. It's older than most of the people in there. It's in mint condition. I got two of them if two people kind of answered at the same time. Which I'm not really sure. This is one. It's only one name. Okay. Now, let me see. Where did I put? Okay. Who did the legendary Alexis Arguello, who's on that magazine cover there, win his first championship against? Okay, that would be the WBA World Featherweight title. Okay.
Well, let's see. This is it. All right. Who's going to win this magazine?
The WBA World Featherweight title. Alexis Arguello won that title. Who did he win it from? It's his first world title.
I don't know,
the
man.
Legendary Alexis Arguello.
Boxrec has 22 people right now, and Alexis Arguello's boxing.
I'll give you another hint. This guy only was stopped once, and it was against Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran is the only guy to ever stop this guy.
Oh, wow.
Alexis Arguello.
I see some names in blood.
My champion, D-Style, has done it again. He's got another magazine coming to him.
Ernesto Marcellus. There you go.
Hey, I'm good with that. Ernesto Marcellus.
We had a bunch of different names, though.
From Panama.
I see some people saying Ruben Olivares. Yeah.
Yep, it's Ernesto Marcellus who we won the first title against. The WBA featherweight title, okay? That happened in the year of 1974. All right. Marcel was a legendary fighter from out of Panama. He was only stopped one time in his whole career. It was by Roberto Duran, the Hands of Stone himself. After the fight with Alexis Arguello, he decided, Ernesto Marcel, to retire. So Mando Jr., I already have his information, so I don't even need you to send me an email, Mando. I'll just send you another magazine through the mail. So I don't know, maybe Mando Jr. might just go ahead and pile up a whole bunch of magazines. I mean, this guy's winning multiple quizzes.
Yeah, he got it.
It is what it is, man.
I see why people
about 50 or 60 of them, Mando. If you get them all, that's what it is. But I'm happy to say that one of my champions came over here, and he'll come to every panel. That's right. Mando Jr. will come to every panel and win every quiz. If there's any kind of boxing quiz and Mando Jr. is in the house, he's the champ.
Hey, but so I'm trying to look at this blood because I see he lost to Ernesto Marcellus.
No, that was his first championship. Let me look at it.
So whoever said Ruben Olivares first, it looks like was right, but
oh, was it? Was it?
Let's pull it up. You know, it's under review, guys. Hold on. Hold on. You know, like in the NFL when you go under review.
The flag. Yeah, you get the flag on the field.
There's a challenge on the play.
Yep, there's a challenge out there, y'all. Let me go back and look through my stuff. It's very possible that I might have got it wrong.
Let's see here.
Go back and look, D-Style. Let me know.
Yeah, we're looking.
I'm trying to pull it up, but I can't. I don't know. It's not working here.
I've got. Oh, you got it. You got it, D-Style?
Yeah, I got it. Let's just pull it up.
I think I'm right. That's what I think.
So we took an L in that fight.
Did I take an L?
No. Ernesto Marcellus, it was for the WBA World Featherweight title. He did lose unanimous decision. Then he got a title shot against Ruben Olivares, and I don't see any titles before that. So
let me go look again. Let me go look again here. Let's look here. Hold on.
There's a flag on the play, guys. Hold on.
Ooh, I think I got it wrong, y'all. Oh man, blood boxing is so embarrassed here.
Well,
are you sure?
Who said Ruben Olivares first?
It was close. It was Dan. There was Dan, and I think
Who
Mando.
said Ruben Olivares? Who said Ruben Olivares first? I'm so sorry.
End,
this mistake again. New question. Okay. Let's see.
Are you gonna run it back, Blood? You gonna run the play back, play over?
Oh man, that's kind of embarrassing, but I'm not that embarrassed.
I see Zeno was the first one on my end. Zeno was the first one to say Ruben Olivares, but
who said it first? Who said Ruben Olivares first?
Some people are saying Mando was first.
So from my end, I see Zeno. Zeno is like you know how there's the order, right? But the timestamp for him and Dan the Man is exactly actually him.
Okay,
Dan, and Mando, all three have the same timestamp for Ruben Olivares.
Okay, I'll tell you what. How's about all three of you guys will get a magazine now? Okay, just because I fucked up. Okay, so we got Mando Jr., Dan the Man, and Zeno. Now I have two of the magazines I have are the Latin Connection. All right, so I have two of those that I could send out. All right, and then I have let's see what else I got here. Let me look. Damn, I fucked up. I fucked that one all up. All right.
It's all right.
So this is gonna add a dynamic to the show, okay?
Even Jeopardy.
You guys, give me 1 second. Let me find another magazine, and we're gonna put another magazine up here, and I'm gonna make sure all of these three guys get a magazine because blood boxing fucked up. So that just shows you guys that I guess I'm not the ultimate historian, okay? Hold on, let me come on to. Let me come off of here. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Let's figure out how we're gonna figure this shit out here. Okay.
But all it shows is you got character, bro.
Okay, so I got this magazine here. Hey, when I'm in here with a bunch of scholars, I gotta have my game on point. And to be honest with you, I put the questions together about 10 minutes before the show. So hold on. I got this magazine. I'll tell you how we're gonna do it. We might do a. Okay, so I got two of them, okay? I got two of the Latin Connections, all right?
Yeah.
So the other magazine that I think I'll put up is, let's see. Let's go with 1976, too. Let's go with something else from around 76. All right, hold on. This is how we correct things. We make sure we get things correct over here in Throwback Thursday. We don't mess around, okay? We keep it going. Blood boxing messed up. All right, so it is what it is. Let's see here. Hold on. I got one. I can't put that one up yet. I'll tell you what. Here. Here we go. All right. So I got three magazines going out here, okay? I got a classic right here. Ring magazine with Ali on the cover and George Foreman and Ken Norton from 1976. So all three are 76. So who wants what? Okay. I got Mando Jr., I got Zeno, and I got Dan the Man. You guys tell me right now which who wants the Ken Norton magazine between y'all three? Who wants the Ken Norton Foreman Ali magazine? Which one of you three want it? Come on right now. Come with it. Which one of you three want the Ali magazine with Ken Norton and George Foreman?
I think we're all going to raise that. You know,
Who wants this magazine here? My bad. I did not know it was Ruben Olivares, but I've been telling you guys that I don't know the answers to all these fucking questions I ask. And I should have prepared a little better. And anybody who could catch me in one of these in the future, you get an extra magazine. That's how it always goes.
The Dan is raising her hand.
Dan the Man says that he claimed it first, okay? So Dan the Man gets the mint condition magazine, 1976, with Ali on the cover, okay? It's got Ali on the cover. And
he's down with Atlantic Connection. So.
And, Ken Norton, okay? Dan the Man, send me your email, and Zeno, both of you guys send an email to bloodboxing@gmail.com, okay? Send an email to bloodbox@gmail.com. I already got Mando Jr. All 3 magazines go out, okay? So now we got it corrected, right? So we're good. We're good to go, baby. How you feel?
Let me introduce something random, but before I do that, go ahead, Doc.
I had a question because of did I read that correctly? The top of that Ken Norton Ali Foreman mag, did it say Ken Norton saying he wanted to fight Frazier? That's like very, very interesting to me. I want to make sure I read that right. Is that what that says?
This one here is in mint condition too.
Yeah. What's that?
Man, you're lucky, bro.
What's that at the top there? I want to see what that says. Ken Norton said. Ken Norton said.
What was that?
The very top in red, blood. What does that say?
In red. Oh, in red, it says I wouldn't want to fight Frazier.
Oh, I wouldn't want to fight Frazier. Okay,
I wouldn't want to fight Frazier.
Because you're on the screen. Can you put it up?
See, let me take it out the cover.
Yeah.
All right.
So show it on the screen. You're on the full screen right now.
See.
I would not want to fight.
Okay, so Norton didn't want that fight. That blood, you have no idea how fascinating and fucking awesome that is to me to fight.
I want to read that.
That's something that's always been speculated about why they didn't fight.
No, Dan, you got to do a video.
They had the same trainer though. That's probably why.
See?
You see the pages, Dan the Man. The pages are
look at that.
You got it, bro. All yours, man.
Wow. I want to ask the chat, or, we could maybe do it in the panel, but I'll start with Mr. Doc. All right?
Yes, sir.
Check it out. Let's do this, Doc. I want you to connect. I'm going to ask you a question you can't Google. You know what I mean?
No problem.
Connect. You have the icon on of Muhammad Ali.
Yes, sir.
Connect Muhammad Ali to Eric El Terrible Morales just by fights. So in other words, someone Ali fought.
Oh, this game.
That someone fought until you get to Eric Morales. And now, if someone in the chat could do that, give it a shot.
So, I'm trying. Remind me how this works because I remember this game. But break down the rules for me. I'm connecting.
The rule is simple. You're gonna go from Muhammad Ali to Eric Morales just by the fights that they fought, right? So meaning like Ali fought this guy, right, and then that guy fought this guy, that guy fought this guy until you get to someone that fought Morales.
Oh shit. That's a tough one.
Now, I'll admit, I already know it, so I don't want to act like, you know what I mean? Like, it's something I already looked at. But,
I'll try.
It's possible.
I gotta think. Okay, I can get it down to. I can get it. I can get it to cruiserweight because Ali fought Leon Spinks fought Carlos De Leon. That's brutal, That's brutal.
You want to give it a shot?
Yeah, somebody. I'm not gonna pretend. You got me cold there.
Aplo, you there?
I don't know that one.
I remember.
Straight up.
You want to give it a shot, Blood?
Hold on, say that again.
Okay, can you connect? Go from Muhammad Ali, and then just name someone he fought, and then someone that person fought, and someone that person fought until you get to Eric Morales.
So I get to Morales?
Yes, it's possible.
From Ali to Morales.
It's only 6-7 fighters, actually. It's not that far. Yeah.
So you're telling me to name a fighter, name somebody who fought somebody, and go all the way to Eric Morales from Ali.
That's right.
Whoo! That's a different weight class. I don't think that's possible. You must have somebody.
It is. D-Style's very good at this. D-Style's very good at this.
Let me do this. Okay. Now these are fun because you can't Google this. You know what I mean? You can't ask Alexa this. You know what I mean? But so I'll give you a name, Doc, and then see where you go from there. Ali, let's go. Ali, George Foreman.
Ali, George Foreman. Well, that's easy. Ali, Joe Frazier, George Foreman. I mean,
so Ali fought Foreman.
That doesn't help me.
Okay, he fought Holyfield. Holyfield fought John Ruiz.
Who fought Roy Jones?
Who fought Roy? There you go.
Who fought Tito Trinidad?
There you go.
I'm just trying to think in weights.
There you go.
Tito Trinidad. Already down to welterweight. Who fought
Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar De La Hoya, who fought Pacquiao, who fought Morales.
There you go. Look at this.
I told you, Blood. This is
There's another way.
I've forgotten this game.
I don't know how many names that is, but look at that. Morales, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya, Hopkins, Roy Jones, Ruiz, Holyfield, Tyson, Larry Holmes. And then, of course, Ali.
I think me and you might have got it a little faster than that guy, but I'm not sure.
Hey, shout out to
BF. In the mix, there has to be someone. In the mix of these, there has to be somebody that fought in multiple weight classes, though.
Right. That's how that's how you do it.
That's what you call. There has to be a bridge somewhere that connects. Yes. You know what I mean? But it's possible.
Yeah, like the one me and D-Style just did. The John Ruiz, Roy Jones is where the important connection happens, because then you get from Roy Jones to Tito, then you're back, then you're down to welterweight, and so on. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you ever want a question, I could form one for you, Blood. If you want to have one for one of your quizzes, and I could text it to you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You got to make that like a semi-regular thing. D-Style. I had forgotten that game that you're the first one I ever seen do that. And, so as far as I'm
concerned, do remember seeing you do that before.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Blood. I was done.
I just got to make sure I get these questions right, because I can't afford to give away multiple magazines no more. On one question. Because that's the rule.
Hey, Blood,
now on. If you try to see me, if I get one wrong, okay, I'm gonna have to make it right, all right? Which means I'm gonna have to give away multiple magazines. So I'll do better research next time. Okay?
I don't know who got less names. I'll go back, and I don't want to go through it again, but
I think that all three are satisfied, though. I think all three are satisfied. So I get them all. Yeah. You guys got to remember to email me, man. I got Mando Jr.'s email, and I think I might have Dan the Man. I might have, because I've been on a live stream with Dan the Man before, so I might still have him saved in my collection of emails. Right. You know, we'll see. Send an email to bloodboxing.com. Dan the Man, make sure you get the mag, bro, because it's in mint condition, man.
It is in mint condition, man. Awesome stuff. Blood giving away free. And, I don't think we got a thumbs. Oh, we do have a thumbs down, bro. What's going on over here? I thought we were going to get through no thumbs down, but I guess not.
No, come on, D-Style. There's always going to be at least one thumbs down. That's just YouTube.
Right. You can actually bypass. You don't have to go you can go the Trevor Burbick route, and you don't have to go all that, Well, I don't know, because I guess never mind, because it would be Tyson and then Holyfield. But anyway, it wouldn't matter either way. That's really good. Game test your boxing knowledge, hey Rod. You know what? There's a lot of guys that that I would like to, that I think would be good at that game. Making those connections, and I think it would be fun to get guys on here and see who can make a shorter connection. You know what I mean? So why not? You know what I mean? So
yeah, like I said, it's a great thing. You should try if you want to. It's your deal. Yeah. If you want to, I would fully be behind you making that a regular or semi-regular thing.
Most definitely. That's right. All right. Well, man. Hey, Haplo, I know we talked on the phone about how beefs are nothing new in the boxing community.
Bro.
What's the first beef you remember, bro?
The very first two boxing channels had a major beef. Boxing for Real versus Shawnee Imo was the first beef between boxing channels, and those were the very first two boxing channels.
Do you remember that, Blood?
I don't remember the other Sean guy. I don't remember. I followed two different boxing channels that I thought.
You don't remember Shawnee Imo?
Was he a black guy?
Yeah. And
I think I do remember.
Boxing for Real.
I do remember him. I do remember.
They went at it.
But I don't remember the beef of Boxing for Real though. I do remember
it's
the guy.
hilarious. It's still up. You could go back and look at it.
Why were they beefing? Like,
I don't remember, dude. I'd have to go back and look at it, but it was funny.
Beefs, bro.
It was hilarious.
I don't know if it's in boxing fans' nature just to beef because we're watching this gladiatorial.
Exactly. I think that's what it is. But it wasn't like a beef like now, where you have people doxing each other and like trying to hurt somebody, or I'm gonna come kill you, or this or that. It was just like, you're dumb. You don't know what you're talking about, that kind of stuff. It was funny.
Hey, shout out to the best man for your super chats. He says Zeno was the first one to say it. Moon Dragon's a monster. Big Dog Willie says salute peeps and fuck Dillian White.
Do I get a magazine, Blood, for knowing that?
So Kevin,
no, you don't get no magazine. You don't get no magazine because you didn't correct me, man. You didn't correct me. You made me lose 3 magazines. It's your fault. You know what?
But I knew the beef. I knew the beef. I got the hardest trivia question out of everybody.
I thought it would tell the truth. Haplotype drew up all of the questions and fucked me up. That's right. Haplotype, it's your fault, man.
See, now we have a beef.
Yo, Kevin Stem says he can connect Ali to Roberto Duran, but before you do it, let me give it a shot. Can I give it a shot? All right, let's see. How do we connect Ali to Roberto Duran, bro? It's actually not that hard. I could do it easily because all I got to do is go Ali, and then from there go to again Foreman. I'll go the same route, and then Holyfield, and then John Ruiz, Roy Jones, Trinidad, De La Hoya, Camacho, Leonard. Actually, Camacho fought Duran. So there.
There you go.
Camacho.
You got to bring it harder.
Wait. Oh, okay. So you could do it during any era. It doesn't have to be. Yeah. I'm trying to understand this game because you could have connected through James Toney, right?
Yes, you could have. Yes, you could have.
That's probably shorter, right?
James Toney, right?
Yeah. Because you'd go from Holyfield to James Toney down to middleweight.
So you would just go Ali, Foreman, Holyfield, Tony. Well, who did Tony fight that connects him?
He fought Iron Barkley. He fought Barkley.
Iron Barkley
fought Durant.
It's actually shorter, that way.
Yeah.
See, Blood's picking up fast. Blood's picking it up fast.
I'm picking up on it. Yeah.
It's good. It exercises those boxing brain muscles,
I like it. I like it, man. Shit, I like it, man.
The thing about it is that sometimes someone will get there, but like with a bunch of fights. You know what I mean? And if you could get there shorter, you win. You know what I mean? BTB says, I get those beefs every day from weirdos. Man.
The first beef I remember D-Style is Boxing for Real versus the Islander. That's the one I remember.
What was that beef about? Like what's
they said something that the Islander didn't like that had to do with history. That's why I remember. It was some boxing history stuff that they got wrong, and the Islander went in on them. But they answered the Islander too. They called him an old man with gray hair. They called him a gray-headed old man or something like that. They answered him. But that's the first one I remember.
But see, like you're saying, someone was saying earlier, that sounds more like from what you've said there, sounds more like a combative disagreement than I think somebody mentioned doxing, you know what I mean, and all that other crazy internet shit.
Right.
People have gone hard in boxing arguments, in my experience, before the internet was the thing.
Yeah. Man, so someone's asking, we get from Finito Lopez to Ali. He would have had to have fought somebody that fought in higher weight classes.
Sonny Imo was before the Islander blood.
Was he?
That beef was first. That was the very first beef. The very first 2 channels and the very first beef.
Hey, Doc, have you ever been in a beef like with anybody?
You know the answer. I've had one, and knock on wood, it'll stay the only beef that I ever ended up with.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, with everybody's favorite Hollywood librarian. We'll never forget that piece.
You turned heel, bro. I don't want to.
When you did the promo, when you interspersed the promo. Oh, you remember that? You remember that when you had the Hollywood Hogan?
Yeah. Hollywood. That's funny. Kevin Sins would have won, bro. Look at this. Ali, Foreman, Holyfield, Ruiz, Jones, Pazienza, Duran. So I think it's a little shorter, man.
Yeah, nicely done.
One of those motherfucking names was the Iron Truth, says Ashy Knuckles Boxing. Hey, man, it's been a great show. You guys have anything you wanted to say before we wrap this one up? Haplotype.
Yo, thanks for having me on. It's been fun. The quiz was cool. Blood, don't take any umbrage over getting one wrong. Everybody does once in a while, and you're certainly entitled to do so.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you.
course, man. Like, come on, that was a hard question. But Ruben Olivares was the guy. So that was the correct answer.
Did you know Haplotype
Yo,
the whole time? You knew it the whole time, didn't you, Haplotype?
yeah, I was like trying not to type it in, but these guys type fast, bro. That guy beat me, that incomplete or whatever his name was, with seconds.
Incomplete boxing.
Yeah, but he didn't capitalize. So
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for having me on. It was a pleasure. It's good to be on with you 3 guys and talk some old boxing talk. Have a good weekend.
Absolutely, man. Hey, Doc, any final words, bro, before we wrap this one up? And are you going to wager blood, bro? Are you going to bet him on the fight, bro? What's going on?
I already told you, if I'm betting money, I'm betting it at a casino or with the bookie. I would do that. I will be here to take my lumps from blood, though.
That's a cop-out. That's kind of a cop-out, though, Doc. Come on, just bet blood.
What are you talking about?
What? Well, you think blood's
I
gonna?
I don't bet money with my family. I don't bet. I bet
you don't think blood's gonna be good for it?
No, I didn't say that. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Bro,
I'm saying
Loma's the favorite, bro.
I'm saying I don't bet people, especially people in my circles, because
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
I know.
I'm just joking.
It's all good. It's all good. I would rather have the interaction and the fun of blood coming and giving me my shit and take my L.
That's right.
That's more my thing, man. That's more my thing.
All right, blood boxing.
I have an announcement to make. All right. Next time. That's right. The year is 1993. The legendary Julio Cesar Chavez speaks. Okay. Yeah. All right. Chavez speaks. Chavez speaks out. Now, I had some problems with some of the stuff in this magazine here, but if you want to find out what happened, you have to be here next week on Throwback Thursday, and you have to win this magazine. There will be some questions on the line, all right? I'll have 3 of them. Next week, I won't get them wrong, all right? I'll make them up. I'll draw them up hours before the show, but this magazine will be on the line. That's right,
bro. I'm gonna make up a ghost account, bro, and
there's other shit in here too.
I was thinking here. But I see that all day for me. I was thinking the same thing. I should have gotten the ghost account.
Yeah. You know what? I'm looking forward to that. I don't even want to know until next week when you go over what's in that magazine.
Save it.
Yeah, save it. You know what I mean? That should be that is an exclusive, unless you own that magazine. Who does now? You know what I mean? So, with that said, guys, tune into Blood. You're still going to do it on Wednesday, Blood?
I'm going to do another show, another quiz. I don't know. Probably next week. Okay. Wednesday, something like Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. And I have another magazine that's up for grabs on the weekend show, OG Boxing Talk.
Okay. So, guys, if you want to win that magazine, tune into OG Boxing Talk on Sundays.
One last thing I did want to say. Thank you, Blood Boxing, because without you and the happenstance, if you hadn't made that mistake, I never would have seen the top of that cover, and I never would have known that Norton said out of his own mouth he didn't want to fight Frazier. Because that's a fight that's always, in my experience, been wondered about why that didn't happen. And now I fucking know,
it's in that magazine there. It's in that magazine. Dan the man will get it, but it's in the magazine, bro. And I'm glad I made the mistake too, because it just shows that we all make them. And hey, I don't even have no problem taking it for what it is. I appreciate you guys though, being on here with scholars like y'all. I'm gonna get put in my place anyway. So that's how it is.
If I could connect Benito Lopez to Ali, I'll reveal it next week. Okay, so there you go. This is Style Boxing, guys, and I'm out of here. We're out. Peace.
Hey.